At exactly 2:46 a.m., a call came in that insiders say changed everything for Chrisean Rock. Not a rumor, not a petty headline. A doctor's voice on the other end of the line delivering words so devastating they allegedly left her frozen in silence. What if I told you this wasn't just another celebrity scare, but a life-changing diagnosis involving her son Junior that could rewrite her entire future? Sources claim the room went completely still when the specialist said, "This cannot wait." I'll shoot you. No soft delivery, just a clinical breakdown of a condition that insiders are calling far more serious than anyone imagined. And here's where it gets. Darker whispers suggest early warning signs may have been overlooked for months. Social media erupted within minutes of the first leak. Private messages surfaced. A screenshot allegedly showing Chrisean texting, "I thought he was fine." Fans began dissecting old videos frame by frame, asking if the signs were there all along. Meanwhile, critics wasted no time pointing fingers, dragging her past drama with Blueface back into the spotlight. But the most chilling detail, an alleged audio clip of a doctor saying delay could make this permanent. That recording is real. This isn't just trending gossip, it's a ticking clock. And what unfolded after that call might be the most explosive chapter of Chrisean's life yet. The hospital hallway smelled like antiseptic and panic when Chrisean Rock allegedly heard the full diagnosis for Junior. Insiders say the pediatric specialist didn't soften a single word. "This requires immediate intervention," the doctor reportedly stated, sliding a folder across the desk so thick it felt like a verdict. Witnesses claim Chrisean stared at the paperwork as if it were written in another language, whispering, "No, he's just developing slower." But the doctor allegedly responded, "This is beyond slow. This is clinical." And that's when everything detonated. Within hours, screenshots began circulating in fan group chats, alleged appointment summaries, highlighted phrases like neurological evaluation, recommended and missed follow-up. One image, still unverified, shows a timestamp from 3 months ago. 3 months. The internet latched onto that number like gasoline on a spark. Then came the leaked messages. A blogger claims to have received texts between Chrisean and a close confidant. In one message, she allegedly wrote, "They're exaggerating. He's fine." In another, "I can't deal with this right now. Too much going on." What was going on? Critics immediately pointed to her explosive public drama with Blueface, live stream fights, breakup, chaos, viral meltdowns. The timeline looked ugly. And then the alleged audio surfaced. A distorted voice, said to be a medical professional, can be heard saying, "We tried to advise early therapy." A woman's voice trembling. Defensive replies, "You're making it sound worse than it is." The clip cuts abruptly. No context. No confirmation. But the damage was instant. Twitter erupted. TikTok stitched the audio over old clips of Junior on live streams. Comment sections turned into war zones. Supporters begged people to stop speculating. Critics sharpened their knives. By nightfall, Chrisean went live. No glam. No filters. Just red eyes and a shaky voice. "Y'all don't know what I'm facing," she said, clutching her chest. Comments flew faster than she could process. "Why did you wait? Where was his father? We saw the signs." She read one comment out loud. "He needed stability," then abruptly ended the stream. Minutes later, Blueface posted a cryptic tweet. "Don't blame me for something I ain't control. He didn't mention Junior. He didn't mention Chrisean." But everyone knew. Within seconds, fans began dissecting his words. Was he denying involvement? Was he distancing himself before more leaks dropped? Insiders say behind closed doors, the confrontation was explosive. A source claims Chrisean called him screaming, "You said it wasn't serious." Another alleges Blueface fired back, "You the one who canceled the appointment?" Neither statement has been verified, but screenshots of supposed call logs began circulating anyway. The narrative became a battlefield. Meanwhile, a relative entered the chaos. An Instagram story appeared from someone claiming to be family. Some of y'all care more about clout than care. No names, no direct accusations, but fans connected the dots instantly. Comment sections flooded with speculation about custody. Legal analysts on YouTube started throwing around phrases like medical neglect and court intervention. Then the second twist hit. A source inside the clinic allegedly revealed there had been an earlier consultation, one that recommended developmental therapy immediately. According to this insider, follow-up appointments were scheduled and then canceled twice. Was it scheduling conflict, denial, pressure, or something more calculated? By midnight, hashtags were trending nationwide. Old videos resurfaced showing Junior during live streams. Viewers dissected every expression, every delayed response, every subtle moment. We should have noticed. One viral tweet read. Another countered, "Stop diagnosing a child through a screen." The debate turned vicious, and then came the bombshell rumor. A private pediatric specialist, allegedly consulted after the initial diagnosis, reportedly told Chrisean the condition might require long-term structured care therapy sessions multiple times a week. Consistent routines, limited chaos. Insiders claim she broke down in the office, repeating, "My life isn't built for that." If true, that confession alone could shift public perception forever. But the most chilling, allegations surfaced just before dawn. A supposed hospital staffer hinted that documentation exists showing the condition had early indicators months ago. Indicators that may have been noted during routine checkups. If those records leak, critics say the narrative flips from tragic surprise to preventable delay. Chrisean's management team is reportedly scrambling. Draft statements, crisis control meetings, calls to legal advisors. Because if custody questions escalate, if a relative or even Blueface petitions to court, this stops being social media drama and becomes a legal nightmare. And Blueface sources say he's considering telling his side through an exclusive interview. Insiders whisper he believes he has proof, messages, timestamps, evidence that he pushed for evaluations. If he releases those receipts, the blame game will detonate all over again right now. The truth feels buried under layers of leaks, half-confirmed screenshots, and emotional reactions. But one thing is certain, JR's diagnosis has ripped open wounds that were already fragile. Fans who once defended Chrisean are divided. Some see a mother overwhelmed and blindsided. Others see warning signs ignored. The court of public opinion is ruthless, and it doesn't wait for medical records to confirm facts. And just when it seemed the storm couldn't intensify, a verified entertainment insider posted a single line. There's more in the medical file than they're admitting. More. If that's true, then what the public knows now might only be the surface. Because sources claim another leak is coming, one that allegedly details the exact timeline of missed follow-ups and documented concerns. If that document surfaces, it won't just trend, it will explode. And according to whispers from insider camp, Chrisean is preparing for something far bigger than backlash. She's preparing for a fight. But the question remains, is she fighting for her reputation or for custody? Because the next leak won't just shift the narrative, it might decide everything by sunrise. The silence was louder than any live stream meltdown. Sources say Chrisean Rock didn't post, didn't tweet, didn't go live. And that's when insiders knew something massive was unfolding behind closed doors. Because when Chrisean goes quiet, it's never calm. It's strategy. Or a survival. Then the alleged document. Dropped. A blurry PDF began circulating in private group chats before exploding onto fan pages. What appeared to be a pediatric evaluation summary dated months earlier than the public diagnosis. Highlighted in yellow were the words "early intervention, strongly advised." Circled in red, "follow-up critical." The date sent shockwaves through social media. If authentic, it meant this wasn't sudden. It was simmering. Within minutes, TikTok investigators stitched together timelines, appointment dates, public appearances, club hosting flyers, live stream arguments. She was at events while this was happening, one viral post claimed. The comment section turned merciless. And then came the voice. Memo. An anonymous account leaked what they claimed was a recording of Chrisean crying to a friend. They're trying to make me look like I didn't care. Her voice allegedly cracks as she says, I was overwhelmed. Overwhelmed by what? The internet filled in the blanks. Her volatile relationship with Blueface, the constant headlines. The public scrutiny that never let up. But Blueface didn't stay silent for long. He posted a screenshot of what looked like a message thread. One line stood out. I told you we should take him. No context. No explanation. Just enough to ignite a wildfire. Fans immediately split into factions. Team Chrisean, Team Blueface. Neutral observers begging everyone to stop weaponizing a child's diagnosis for social media warfare. Behind the scenes, insiders say the confrontation turned nuclear. One source claims. There was a private meeting involving both camps and at least one legal advisor. Raised voices. Accusations of negligence and abandonment. At one point, someone allegedly shouted, "This is going to court." That single phrase spread like gasoline. And then the custody rumors intensified. A relative reportedly contacted a family attorney to explore options. Not a filing. Not yet, but enough to send shockwaves through Chrisean's circle. Because if a petition is filed citing medical instability or chaotic environment, the entire narrative shifts from internet drama to courtroom reality. Meanwhile, a second alleged clinic insider hinted at something even more explosive, that doctors may have documented concerns about environmental stress factors. The phrase alone sent bloggers into overdrive. Was the home life being questioned? Were live stream outbursts being scrutinized? If those notes become public, the fallout could be irreversible. Chrisean finally broke her silence with a cryptic Instagram caption, "Don't judge what you don't understand." Comments flooded in. Some supportive, others brutal. One viral reply read, "Understanding requires transparency." The tension was suffocating. And then came the most chilling twist yet. An entertainment journalist claimed on a late-night live stream that a specialist, consulted after the diagnosis, warned that delays in structured therapy could create long-term challenges. Not impossibility. Not hopelessness. But consequences? That word echoed across every platform. Consequences. Sponsors reportedly began monitoring the situation. A brand collaboration post quietly disappeared from her page. Coincidence? Or quiet distancing? Blueface added fuel by hinting at a Talal interview. "Y'all only heard one side," he posted. Insiders whisper he's sitting on more receipts, canceled appointment screenshots, messages urging medical follow-ups. If he releases them, public sympathy could flip overnight. But here's where it spirals deeper. A rumored second leak. Allegedly part of the initial consultation recording contains a line from the doctor saying, "Consistency will determine his progress." Consistency. A word critics argue has never defined Chrisean's public life. The internet seized on it instantly. Family tensions reportedly reached a boiling point. One insider claims a heated phone call ended with someone saying, "If you don't fix this, we will." Fix what? The environment? The narrative? Or custody? Chrisean's inner circle is said to be divided. Some urging her to step back from social media entirely. Others pushing for a raw, emotional documentary-style reveal to regain control of the narrative. Because, right now, control is slipping. Legal commentators online began speculating about worst-case scenarios. Mandated parenting classes, court-ordered therapy schedules, supervised visitation. None confirmed. All explosive enough to trend, and in the middle of it all is Junior. A child whose diagnosis has become headline fuel. Late last night, A verified insider tweeted, "There's a meeting happening tomorrow that could change everything." No details, just that. The phrase alone reignited chaos. If that meeting involves attorneys, custody advisors, or medical advocates, the stakes are higher than ever. Because once official documents enter a courtroom, leaks stop being gossip and start being evidence. The most haunting question remains unanswered. Did she truly not know the severity? Or did she know and hope it would resolve on its own? Right now, Chrisean's future hangs in a balance more fragile than any viral moment she's survived before. This isn't about trending. This isn't about clout. This is about whether the next chapter becomes redemption or irreversible fallout. And insiders warn that another document, one detailing the exact timeline of recommendations and cancellations, is sitting in someone's inbox waiting. If it drops, it won't just spark outrage. It could decide custody. It could reshape careers. It could expose everything. Because the storm hasn't peaked. It's gathering, and when that final leak hits, the narrative won't just shift, it will detonate. If you think this story ends here, you haven't been paying attention. What's unfolding around Chrisean Jr. is bigger than a headline. Bigger than a viral clip. Bigger than another messy chapter involving Blueface. This is shifting in real time. And the next leak, the next statement, the next court rumor could flip everything overnight. So here's the truth. If you blink, you'll miss it. Hit that like button right now if you believe there's more to this story than what's being shown. Drop your raw, unfiltered thoughts in the comments. Was this a tragic oversight? Or is the internet spiraling out of control again? Your voice matters here, and the conversation is only getting louder. And most importantly, subscribe and turn on notifications immediately. Because when the next document drops, when the next audio surfaces, when one side finally breaks their silence with receipts, you do not want to be the last to know. In stories like this, timing is everything. Stay locked in. Stay alert. Because what's coming next could change the entire narrative, and you'll want to say you saw it unfold from the very beginning. Saw it unfold from the very beginning.